G'day peeps and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. It's been a while since I played the Act 3, but we're getting into the fourth one. The reason that I've been putting it off for a little bit is because I've heard that this one is 2.5 hours long. Which is really long. Ooh. Oh yeah, right, we were on the boat. What? What the heck? This episode already looks very fancy with the graphics. Manual 5.4 context backlash. Is that a beard? General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A1 may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context of history and machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resettings, giving... I guess it'd be slippage. Table of contents, introduction, installation, orientations, order of operations, the passage of time, gestures, final notes. I'll do book. Well, I didn't mean to. Oh right, you're Junebug, I forgot. Try to stay clear of the... I try to stay out of clear voltage these days. Oh, my savior, our friend is here in a bad day. Oh, never mind. I don't at all blame you, especially down here on the water. I mean, sure it's dangerous, but this is where she lives. What brings you to the Echo tonight? I'm just tagging along, because that is what you're doing, right? Doesn't sound like you. We tag some folks to a show, just returning the favor. I'm sure you new friends appreciate the company. It's no shame to be lonesome. Big job at the bureau tonight. Never seen you that far up river before. Hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling to Zero. Yeah, have you been there, the Zero? Oh no, not me. This old river rat steers clear of weird highways. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years, but I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange new people, and some nights I made an old friend in an unfamiliar shore. I wonder which kind of night this is. So yeah, this game, or this episode already starts out pretty fancy. But yeah, I'm wondering what's gonna happen, because to be honest, the Monkey Mammoth. The game actually lost me a bit on Act 3, like I have no clue what's going on. For example, I have no idea who these people are. Wait. Is that the mechanic? Or like the TV mechanic? I don't think her name was Kate, it's been a while. No, she has a dog. Oh, this looks cool already, like... But where's Conway and the dudes? Oh, well, there's a dog. Conway's dog. Hello, Will. Will sing? Far away on the mole, whiskey fed. Oh. Shannon? Is this Shannon? I think her name was Shannon, right? Like the mechanic? White gears. White gears? Did you build this thing? No. This thing's probably older than I am. Got some gray in her pelt there. Calcium deposits, I guess. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified with this work. Kate's a friend, you know how it is. Don't you? How do you two know each other? So, ever walked through a rolling farmland? Sure, along the highway. Along the highway, that's what I mean. Smaller roads. Well, I sure did. I slept under or over the fences and I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted and tilled the earth with my toes. I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at those long fingers and pedal gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Artaud Zola at the university. I have no idea if that's French. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through the walls, or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at a student theater. I left my shoes there, at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes for, I don't know, something important or tragic. Ended up by the shore, and soon I was drifting along the echo. It ran for a while above ground, then it doesn't care anymore. But I prefer subterranean waters anyway. Kate brings me along and I record what I see in here. Try to help with maintenance, drop off the mail, pick up the trash, and the occasion I take the help. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river stories, or my own stories get fainter and fainter. Oh, if you talk to Kate, could you ask her when she stops for gas? Could you pick me up a scratch ticket? Sure. I like the haircut, Shannon. Well, I guess you just, like, tied it up. But, you know, it still looks cute. It looks great on you. God, I love the 3D parts of this game. Like when it just swears around like that. Because for the longest time I thought this was just a simple 2D game. So you're a new character, right? You kinda look like my big sister from here. How's that cold river spray treating you? I thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know? Hard on the eyes. It still irritates mine a little. And I'm piloting a tugboat through it 6 nights a week. I'm just shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People would just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea. So, Acrocype agerita, definitely. Peppermint, dried spring aggeratus, milk thistle, and dried rasheny. What? What are all those for? Eye strain. Dried spring aggeratus masks the taste of the rest of it. Dried rasheny in particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom based. I'm a big believer in fungal pharmacy. What? Don't go weird on me again. Is that your dog? That's Valkyrie. I'll call her Val. She's a rescue. Isn't she dignified? I always thought so. She looks like the kind of dog who would bite down on you and never let go. No, that's still a good boy though. I'm not against any good boys. Is that your cat too below deck? Very dignified. Hope you enjoy the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities. Fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. Some pretty interesting tapes down there actually. Unusual, I mean, like, weird. Watch out the VCR doesn't take your hand off though, it's untrustworthy. Yeah, what's wrong with the VCR? I could take a look. Yeah, this is definitely Shannon, like the girl we've been traveling with all along. Oh, please do! I don't know anything about electronics. Maybe try different tapes, you'll get the picture. Sorry talking to Will, he's an old friend. Don't be fooled by that burned out aura, he's smart and a kind man. I think his only vice is those silly scratch tickets. Speaking of which, we're coming up on the next stop shortly, refueling and picking up a few things. Well, eyes on the road. The road, what? Ezra. Oh right, that's the kid. Whoa, slow down, it's slippery on deck. I gave him like a southern accent, didn't I? Do you have any batteries? Yeah, of course, what for? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun, well, Shannon searches her pockets. Here's 4 different kinds, surely one of these should fit. Thank you. Oh, so now I'm Ezra, okay. Ezra is the one with the bird brother, right? I forgot about that. This'll never make sense, will it? I don't mind if it's delightfully weird, but if it's just weird and confusing and it kind of loses me, then it's kind of a little bit of a turn off for me. That's why I thought that Act 3 was kind of weird, because it was so literature heavy, there was so much stuff to read, and it took longer than I expected. Can I even go here? It was just weird to me. Musicians. Why are we traveling with musicians? Really? Oh, hold on a minute. Is that Junebug right there? Really? You entranced? You don't remember this? It's okay, we've seen a lot of concerts. Serrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It's really cosmic. Right, at the flower shop. I remember that show. Sorry, Clara. Well, you have a chance to hear it tonight. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one will do. So hit the button here to record, hold it right there so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen. For the better, I mean. Are you playing a concert tonight? I could record that. Yeah, Claire and I came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. Lithuania, dang. There's a tour tomorrow. I'll be in Nashville, and then Atlanta, and then over to the coast. Brutal. Well, lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once, and I remember loving it. And Johnny was moved. Speaking of Sereno, it's this night at the rum colony, Kate. Or rum colony. Kate said she usually stops off there. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look some old engine parts about 3 hours ago. 3 hours goes by fast at the rum colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. So is this Junebug? And this is, Johnny. I guess so? I hope you don't stop there too long. My concert is soon. I don't want to keep them waiting. Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. Hey, why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if the cat over there has anything he wants to say. I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. The cat, huh? And for whatever reason would I record the cat? Well, that's Conway. Hey, Conway. I hear some purring. Meow. I see you opening your polygonal weird mouth. Meow. Hey, oh, I'm Conway now. Or am I? I don't see my mouse anywhere. Wow, I really look like a middle-aged man from Kentucky. I really do. Still don't get the mammoth. You gotta kind of put it out there. Jesus. I actually don't remember. Why do I have a skeleton arm? Something only happens to my leg, right? Oh god, I gotta sneeze. You know, it's a stranger thing. I can't remember why I came up here. Neither can I. Damn noisy river. It's just that thing about, what's it? When you walk through a door, when you go into the kitchen for something, and as soon as you pass from one room to another, you forget what you wanted. You have to walk back out just to remember, like you left that part of your brain behind. I wonder if I could follow that brain crumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Conway cranes his neck over the railing. You're driving for hours. Got any sleep? Just resting my eyes for a minute. Every bit helps, right? There's all kinds of trash down there. Did you see Ezra go in? What? Could have fallen off the hall back there. I think that kid was playing with the trash barge earlier. Should I be worried? He keeps himself entertained. That's good for him. It's important to know how to be alone. What's up, huh? Look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Do you really have to go work at hard times? That's true. Look, I'm no skeleton racist, but working in a whiskey distillery with nothing but skeletons that can't even talk but only communicate through like the belt thing they're wearing, yeah, I don't know about that. Didn't seem too bad, did it? It's a way to live. I mean, rent a bed, eat at the cafeteria. Not like I have a choice. I think you do have a choice. Yeah, owe them. You drank like one shot of whiskey without. They didn't even ask. I gotta repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've gotta settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go all of a sudden. Oh, so Kate's up in the. She's up at the helm. Ooh. So this isn't exactly the Zero. This is the subterranean river, right? And I can't... Oh. I should talk too much. Everyone this river does. The problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to be a photographer. Ought to have been a photographer. She said, you have an uncanny way of having been in the place at time and the thing that happened there. That's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway. That's weird to say, but it isn't true. We know just about every story on this river. Most of them I've picked up second or third or fourth hand and so on. Listening, see? I know what you're gonna ask, so I'm gonna answer it. Yeah, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around the brain from brain, and the whole community brings their insight to bear on little brittle facts of experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about that. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew over a batch of white lightning on the raft. Well, anyway, I talked to a few sailors who'd recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect several his wares. One night when I was working on the Monkey Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed down to the mail drop by the silo of late frictions. Knew a couple of them in passing, a pair of traveling musicians, whom I often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, an old man whose name I didn't catch on, oh, and a smelly old dog. Oh, so is he talking like in past tense about us? We docked at the gas station, so the Mammoth could refuel. And he said that was like a really special story, right? Is that a floating gas station? Ursa stayed on the tugboat and looked around the map room. Ursa followed Junebug into the gas room. Let's follow Junebug and Johnny. Ooh. A gas station. Well, it's pretty specific if it's a floating gas station, which I think it might be. Just 1 second, gotta take a bite of my food. This is very early in the morning, by the way, that I'm recording this. We got it close. I usually find this place upriver. Everybody's on the lake tonight. The gas station moves around. Sure, it's not anchored or anything. Could be anywhere up and down the Echo. You just kind of run into it when you need it, and hopefully a little before you need it. I usually stop here once a night, though. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's even the same one. It doesn't have a name or anything, and I never really pay attention to what's behind the counter. Anyway, it's nice to see you two. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up elsewhere in their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think. Look at him go. The kid has lots of energy. It's gotta be past his bedtime or something, right? I don't think he has a bedtime. He's a maverick. Sounds familiar? You don't have any of your own? I mean, no, I guess not. I just realized you two come through here so often. We chat about all that kind of stuff, but I never really ask about family. We're all the family we need. That's sweet. So, how about the storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it roamed around, uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage, probably killed a few tomatoes. It's got the river churning and everybody headed to the lake here, where the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating a choppy river, not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus it's better for the fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths and their wet nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by the current here and there between the rocks. You never really seen a mushroom grow like on a soggy cave moth carcass. What? Ew. Amazing. If I could get a day off, Val, I would be out there all day tomorrow to the harvest. I mean it. They'll be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will grow just as fast as you can pump water into it. Hey, you two headed out this way tomorrow? Maybe we could send Val ashore with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even need to know what to look for. Put a bag around her neck, and she'll bring them back to you. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow. I should have figured. Seems you two are always on the move. It does seem that way. So, I should get back aboard. No rush, I just want to brew some tea before we get underway. Heading into the gas station? Thought I grabbed that for the old man. He's been a bit waterlogged. Yeah. Shouldn't want him falling asleep on you. Nah, he'll be alright. He's like the type who can hold his liquor. Seems like he has a little experience, I mean. Yeah, while you're in there, could you remind the gas attendant this fuel is on my tab, charged to the Monkey Mammoth? Oh, and Will wanted a scratch ticket. Thanks. I think I'll just watch the lake for a bit, ma'am. Oh, so I'm in control of Junebug. Can I get to see... So I still don't get why am I an android? Attendant. Looking for crystals? Why do you assume I'm looking for crystals? We've got them on sale. All kinds of folks come here looking for crystals. There's a few over there and little white sharks in the middle, like you caught a piece of the cloud. You seem to like it a lot. Yup. Popular crystals. You got the mammoth? I can add it to a tab. I'm a passenger. Sure, I should have guessed. You have the posture of someone on their way to somewhere. I have it too. I just stand behind the counter and nobody affords me any greater importance than a spider web brushed out of the way. I've learned to cherish it. There's a dignity in being forgotten. Letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled. I used to live in a city. I mean a real city, Cleveland. Okay, so who just goes into a gas station? Says, oh, by the way, I'm a passenger. Okay, cool. Let me tell you my entire life story. My only duty was to the crowd. It was the observer, it's historian, it's detective, it's poet. Well, the money ran out and I dispersed with the rest of them. I took my duties with me here. And Lake Leith to the Echo River, and I lived behind this counter. Anonymous, invisible. But I lived with dignity. And yourself? Sure, something like that. I enjoy the company of strangers. They enjoy the company too, as fleeting as it is, sufficient in unto itself. We keep all the crystals on that shelf over there. Buy one, get one free, or equal or lesser symmetry. Well, I don't need crystals. I need a scratch ticket. Rough, dirty, somewhat damp. They must have come out the river. That attendant is a trip. Johnny seemed distant. It might be like a sensory overload for him. Is he a robot too? Junebug tries to scrape some of the green algae off of the large specimen, examining it for some kind of cloudy inner formation the attendant said was so popular. With one more. Are we considering having kids? A few KU, KYU, and a few numbers are whirling through the algae. Even supposing it was possible to take on another passenger long term. Ask him what is on his mind. This isn't algae at all. It's a decayed plastic bag caught on the rock. Are we considering like having kids? Is that what's going on? Because they just talked about it, right? Norm? Who's Norm? Shit, that flood water washed you halfway up to sea. I was looking for you down by New Königsberg. Same as usual, but ain't nobody there. The same river's deep as an elephant's. Oh. Didn't see you there, man. Pardon my language. Where you headed? Well, in fact, I'm heading right here. Glad to have found it at last. I expect you must be Loretta. Enchanted to meet you. Sorry I'm late. Hey, is that coming on too flowery or something? Enchanted. Repeating it now, I feel a little silly. Loretta? Loretta is Conway's wife, isn't it? Oh no, is that Liza? Oh, I don't remember the names. Is that the kind of gal Loretta is? I guess I don't know. Well, now I'm double embarrassed. Do I look like her? To be truthful, I couldn't tell you. I met Loretta on the computer. We met each other there, and I guess we spoke through the computer and agreed to meet. I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta, that's my wife. Excuse me, my ex. Or maybe I'm her, and I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then there wasn't even such thing as computers, I guess there probably was, but I never heard of one. I work in textiles. So here I am. So what's your plan when Loretta shows up? Oh, maybe head down to the rum colony. I forgot to ask if she likes to drink. You never really know these days. I guess first I'd ask her about that. If she doesn't like rum, I'd maybe try to take her by the bat sanctuary. That's pretty romantic in a sense. I mean, like misty valleys and ruined churches romantic, not like flowers and chocolates romantic. Of course they've got that memorial there. That's a little depressing actually. Maybe we'd kinda sail around that. Damn it all. I guess I probably missed her. Wonder if she'll agree to meet again. I'm sure she'll understand what the weather. Yeah, it's a storm and you're like trying to find a place that's literally floating around in a river. Nice of you to say so. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, I'm supposing Loretta doesn't want to see me after all. My card is full. Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. Actually, I wanted to ask you for some advice. I had to type up a sort of autobiography for the computer date, and I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was having to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now. Do you think you could maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. I have it all memorized. It's been so damn long writing it. Okay, here's how it goes. I'm a good-natured man, retired, spend most of my time sailing the Echo River, riding currents of the subterranean gas, and that strange invisible wind that moans out of all small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the mirror. Why can I not speak today? Sorry, it's early in the morning. Okay, give me a break. Seeking a companion to map the river with me. I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs. No goofballs. What's that about goofballs? I mean, like serious inquiries only. You might worried about people wasting your time? You might miss out on some really great goofballs. You might be right about that. Think about the windows a little tomorrow. You'll be fine. Alright, thanks for your help, ma'am. Really renewed my confidence. I'm ready to get back on the computer. You have a good night. Now what's left of it anyway. Well, to be honest, I am a robot. I don't know how much emotion I'm capable of. Mushroom hunting, huh? I like to try my hand at mushroom hunting. Sounds kind of romantic, but also kind of gross, right? Could you fit in that sarc? Oh, because I'm just speaking to the dog. Wait, yeah, I'm just worrying, like, are they talking... Did Junebug talk about the dog, or... Well, no, she didn't. She said long term. But that's her dog, right? Ooh, I don't know, I think she might be thinking about children, I don't know. Draped to the side, you could sit next to me. Beside my legs, you could curl up in the base. I'll hold you tight. I promise to be safe. She's an excellent driver. That's sure. Maybe we can talk her into it. Oh yeah, I still need gas attendant. I still need the ticket. Remember? So I can't get any tickets. Is that the deal? You know, let's talk to Johnny to see what's on his mind, because I don't actually know. Jeez, I've been recording for half an hour already. What's that? This is crystal. I bought it for you. Wow, thank you, ma'am. Who calls, like... Who? Well, I guess they didn't say they were girlfriend and what. I'm pretty sure they're together. Who calls them ma'am, then? That's a bit weird. Hey, could you hold on to that for a minute? I'm gonna go look around inside. Wish me luck. Good luck. We'll go. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead now, okay. Where did crystals come from? Used to be a young man who came by here and treated them for gas. He's a diver. I guess you found them diving. Haven't seen him in a while though. That right there could be the last of them. To be honest, our whole inventory is pretty low right now. There's a delivery boat that usually swings by earlier in the night, but I guess something came up. Where are you headed? Helping some new friends make a delivery, or along for the ride anyway. Well, even if you're not doing the heavy lifting or navigating or whatever, a passenger contributes to a journey too. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to me. Meet some interesting people? I wouldn't say I meet them, but I do sell them gas. Let me know if I can help you find anything. Al. What's up, Al? Whoa! Glory, it's good to be among friends. Suit yourself. What are you excited about? I can't help it. Every time I stop onto that boat alone, I think, this is gonna be the very last time. And then every time I come ashore, back among people, I think, glory, it's good to be among friends. Helps you keep things in perspective, I guess. It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight, particularly so, it's my birthday. I am 5 years old. Do you know why I say that? I'm gonna tell you. 5 years and some days ago, I set out on the Echo River, alone, or so I thought at the time. I was looking for an ice floe. They occasionally rumored to travel, or our humble artery on their way from who knows where to who knows where, who knows why. It's a mystery. And now into the journey my lantern gave out. Now, I always carry 3 or 4 spares. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But that night, when that lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave walls, trying to keep my bearings as best as I could, and at least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed I'd find another traveler who'd know his way back to the lake or above ground, or even just a crack in the rock to get a glimpse of the moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak. So I took my hand down from the rock to tear that back open. When I reached back out, I couldn't find any more of that cave wall anymore, or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy. Totally adrift. It was dark. I started counting the time in apples eaten. I drifted in despair for 4 apples. Then I schemed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally, I came to accept my fate, lost at sea. And this phase, I think, would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damn apple. Picture me, feeling around in that empty bag, certain that somehow there was another one of those fist-sized chunks of life-giving fruit, already softened by time and probably an unappetizing brown. Nope, that was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. It couldn't have been a moment later or I would have eaten it. My last apple was infected by a damn fruit fly maggot. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple and that fly while I was at it. Put the end of the little food chain suicide pact, but I waited out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child, right? Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies out there on the boat? And never would be. No other flies to welcome him into the world. I mean, no fly culture, no fly society, no fly history. A true orphan. I started to get depressed just thinking about it, working out a thick tear. I'm not ashamed to say, well, that fly landed on my cheek, right under my left eye. Right on that salty teardrop, and then blinding glory, his ass lit up like a candle. That wasn't a fly, buddy. That was a damn lightning bug. So that's why I come in here today with you folks. Only because I found my way out of that strange river cave by the dim-lit rear of some orphan insect hatched out of my last rotten apple. Glory! It's good to be among friends. That was an interesting story, actually. That was really cool. What's up, Junebug? So we did not get the scratch ticket or anything. That guy's a trip. Nick asked the station attendant. Did you talk to him? It's funny, he actually reminds me of that frog we had for a bit. That frog you had. I thought it was of Toad. Oh, is there a difference? live in this... What? I think toads have warts. Huh, I never knew. Okay, so how does that gas station attendant remind you of a frog? He seemed more like a cat to me, the attendant, I mean. Well, yeah, I can see that too. Aloof, but strangely chatty. Maybe we should pick up another one. A frog, a cat, or an iguana or something. Oh yeah, that's right. He's her cricket. That's what she calls him. Or maybe a third person to travel with. Huh. Well, that would be a whole new adventure, wouldn't it? You and me, we're good together. Safe, free. You know what I mean? We can try stuff out, change our clothes, swap parts around, just play. I'm not lonely, I'm just curious. With another person to play with? What else could we be? Maybe right, cricket. You really think so? Whoa, I have to wear you down a little, like I did with the gerbils. Well, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. Hold on, so what's going on here, you guys? Are you being all flirtatious or discussing the cutesy future? Okay, but anyways, okay, I gotta stop for this episode. This is gonna be a long one, but I already think this one might be more interesting than the last one. I didn't like the part where you had to like play the PC or play the story game, because it wasn't a lot of visual and it was just a lot of literature confusion. So hopefully this will be a lot better. The third episode was a bit too, well, convoluted for my tastes when it comes to these artsy games. But so far this seems really cool, because I don't have a complete idea of what's going on, but I have some idea, which it's enough for now. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.